Hey everybody, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, but this is Bearj at 7:55. Today's topic is living on purpose. To have purpose to what you're doing at each and every moment. But before we get to that topic, I want to invite you to go right below here in that Facebook comment section and let me know your thoughts. Listen to today's show, and at the end of the show, let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know how you live your life on a daily basis on purpose. So what do we mean by living on purpose? You know, when I was a kid, I used to get accused by my sisters all the time. You did that on purpose. And you know what? I did. There were a lot of things we did on purpose, and there are things that we all do every single day on purpose. But here's the big question, and this is a big but. Are you living on purpose, or is life's purpose guiding you? Are you living on purpose and guiding your day, guiding your life the way you intend it to go, or is life just simply pushing you around, and wherever you end up is where you end up? Sort of like a boat that's floating around with the tide and the current and the wind, just pushing it wherever. You know, when I was a kid, I got in a sailboat. We had the sailboat growing up, and I got in it one day, and I was working on doing what's called coming about, which is turning against the wind into the opposite direction so you can catch the wind and go in another way. Well, this particular time when I went to come about, a giant wake came and pushed me back in this direction I was coming from, so I never had enough momentum to change direction and catch the wind in the other way, and I started to get blown into the marsh, and the tide was high and I was getting blown further and further and further into the marsh. Fortunately, at that time, a good friend of mine showed up just off in the distance. He saw me, he yelled to me, he rowed out with the rowboat and pulled me out of the marsh, and he saved the day. Thanks a lot, Steve. I really appreciate that. But what happened to me at that moment was life's purpose was guiding me. It pushed me where I was not intending to go. And I lost momentum because I was not turning with enough purpose to go against that wave that was coming at me. And that happens to us sometimes, doesn't it? Occasionally, life is pushing us harder in one direction than we are pushing back in the way that we intend to go, in the way that we intend our lives to go, in the way that we intend our families' lives to go. So there are times we've got to push back harder to make things happen. When we hit those walls, when we hit those obstacles, we've got to push harder to get there. So my question again to you is, are you living your life on purpose, purposefully enough that you can overcome anything that comes your way? And I mean anything. Are you living your life on a daily basis with the intention to succeed in whatever it is that you set before you? In whatever it is you intend for your family, in whatever it is you intend for your career, your business, your livelihood, your experiences, your bucket list, whatever it is, are you living your life to make it happen? Or are you just saying, well, we'll see what happens. Let's see what today brings. Whatever comes may come. Are you making a difference? That's what I'm talking about. When you live your life on purpose, you are making a difference in your life. You're making a difference in your child's lives. You're making a difference in your spouse's life, your family's life, your friend's life, and the lives of other people. What legacy do you want to leave behind you? I know this seems like a lot for 5 minutes, but that's what we're talking about. When you live your life with purpose, you've got this legacy that you create for yourself, because no matter what, you are moving forward. And when you move forward like that, with that type of purpose and that type of intention, that's when you can create movable objects out of seemingly immovable objects. So are you living your life on purpose? This week, I want you to consider that as you go through the day, as you go through the moments, as you go through the hours of your day, as you go through this week. Are you living your life on purpose? And what can you do differently to make sure that you are? You know, most people spend more time planning their vacation than they do their lives. So maybe the first step for you is to sit down and decide, what is it that I want for my life? What is it? What is that plan? What is that end goal? What is that thing that we are aiming towards as a person and as a family, as a business, as a company, as whomever, whatever segment of your life you want to consider first? Where are you aiming? How do you intend to get there? What's your course of action? What's your daily mode of operation, your DMO? If you don't have one, get one. Figure out what it is, and that's going to get you where you want to go. So this week, write it down, figure it out, and start working towards it, and start living each day with purpose and with intention. That's our show for today. Remember, like bathing, motivation doesn't last. That's why we recommend them both daily. This is Bearj Jehanian saying thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again next time. Have a greater day, everyone.